Let's just clear the air here on something. This is the actual team. These are the people who are selling the houses.
And we're allowed to say,
Yeah.
Happy Podcast Day.
Yeah.
Happy podcast day.
Ah, the freedom.
Pleasure to be here.
Pleasure to have you.
Pleasure to have you.
You're looking good.
Looking slim.
Do I look bold?
Looking full.
Bold today. All right. Here we are. The unofficial second week to when the real estate market starts, which is after Super Bowl. What do we got?
All right, let's start with stats. So currently right now in Santa Clara County, for anyone that's not familiar, that's Palo Alto to Gilroy, we have 658 active single-family homes currently on the market.
Not including coming soon.
Not including coming soon. So 658 on the market.
Sounds too high.
Sounds too high.
We were at 600 last week, weren't we?
Yeah, we were at 600 last week. And then townhouses and condos, 601. So last week, we're up 58 single-family houses, and then we're up about 50 townhouses and condos.
And we have a total population in Santa Clara County of how many people?
1.9 million.
Santa Clara
That
County.
was super confident. I think it's 3 point something.
There's a
Santa Clara County Census 2025 was 1.955962. And so to translate that, we have 658 single family homes for just under 2 million people. That's why prices are high.
And that's the podcast. Thanks everyone for watching.
So that's crazy.
Yeah.
So what does that mean for us? Does that mean buyers are having a larger advantage when it comes to seeing homes? Are buyers having a harder time?
But my buyers in particular, I mean, we've been kind of struggling.
It's been, I think, very pocket driven. I think pockets with not a lot of inventory, like yours, Ben, on Branbury. Like that's a really good pocket where people are looking for that starter single family home in Campbell, right?
And there hasn't been anything.
There
over
hasn't,
there.
there hasn't really come up much. So I think areas where there's been inventory that's been locked up for the last, second half of the year or in the last few months where we haven't seen much, and when a property's coming up there, a lot of people are coming out of the woodworks and starting to write offers. But other areas where we have seen, a fair amount of inventory, like if you look at Santa Teresa or Alum Rock or like east side of San Jose, those areas are still struggling. But good, desirable areas with good school districts are really holding up strong and, in fact, starting to appreciate.
Yeah. Well, I was looking at comparable sales for a property in 95129, and do you remember the lull that we had between like August and let's call it October? They never dipped, to your point. And you and I had met a bunch of people in November in Campbell at the Central Park neighborhood, and it was like super interesting because it was right around Thanksgiving, and it became a conversation of like, hey, just stick with us. We went through the consultation. Yes, we want to buy, great. But then there hasn't been anything. Like literally nothing. And then people start to like settle or go super far south. And then it's a matter of us being like, no, promise you there's more coming. Promise you there's more coming. This is the first week where anything remotely decent has come on in Willow Glen, Campbell, I'm gonna even call it Cambrian, under $2 million since that time.
So pocket driven, I know you said the other day, buyers are experiencing or scared of layoffs. You saw
As
Both of us.
Yeah, we did open houses this weekend, and I probably had 4 different groups come in.
So what is their fear, and where are they working?
They are at either Google, Facebook, or Apple, and they're basically saying something along the lines of like, we're training our replacement, which is AI, and we feel like we're going to get let go at any given point. Yeah. Something that takes them 10, 14, 21 days is taking AI 1 to 2 days to write the code.
Yeah, well, my brother just got laid off from Palo Alto Networks.
Oh wow!
And
what was he doing?
He was a product manager, and so for him it was a matter of just the teams catering towards more like AI and automation. So his role was eliminated. It wasn't a company-wide thing, but I think a lot of these teams are starting to trim down. But yeah, he'll be fine. I think he's already starting to interview and getting quite a lot of face time with these recruiters. So people are starting to find jobs a lot quicker as well. But there's definitely a lot of uncertainty and not a lot of stability out there.
Yeah. So I brought this exact topic up to someone who's very high up at YouTube, and I said, hey, like, where do you see everything going? And he said it's too early to start doing massive layoffs for like software engineers and things like that. But he does anticipate what may happen is they're going to overly lay people off like down the road and then rehire based on what AI can't fill the void for. Does that make sense? And then he also believes that the workload for a human will be significantly increased for what it is today because there'll be less humans and then more delegated to AI. But he doesn't believe that a lot of the major tech companies are going to fully adapt AI probably for the next few years. So he did mention if you are coming out of college, have no like real super solid past job, like you're more entry level, it's a very tough job market right now. But for more or less, like those people aren't exactly buying right now. So kind of interesting. But one thing in particular that's changed since the last time that we were all together, and I think we'll all deal with it at some point, is the high rises when you're on Highway 87 on the right hand side to go to the airport is 188 or maybe it's 88. Anyways, right next to St. James Park, there are two towers. There was all sorts of issues with like someone jumped off, someone fell off. They were bringing in people that weren't like certified to be able to work here, like all sorts of crazy things. Anyways, new investors picked it up and they're going to be pushing those 1-bedroom condos and studios starting at $400K. They were actually going to be apartments, and I don't know, it sounds like Matt Mahan had some influence basically to tell the developers, or probably there was a large incentive to say, hey, push these out. We need more affordable housing for buyers, not maybe.
Does that help buyers though? Like, would you recommend like, yeah, you should look at a $400,000 1-bedroom, 1-bath condo?
Okay, so I said the exact same thing because as we all know, a 1-bedroom is the toughest thing when you go to sell. I was looking at La Terrace, where you used to live, and you could pick something up in La Terrace in the last 3, 4, 5 years for about $400K. But now they're almost $600K. So there is some sort of appreciation to it. And it's great if you want to not pay somebody and maybe you don't have the appreciation, but you have the long-term stability of owning the asset and you keep it forever.
You don't think you'll have the appreciation?
A 1-bedroom just appreciates super bad.
Especially if there's so many of them over there. Mm-hmm. I just think it's super hard. I would like to know the breakdown, obviously including the HOA, of what that would look like compared to like an average rent. Because sometimes I feel like renting a home that's a little bigger is more beneficial for a lifestyle.
Well, let me ask you. So you're a buyer in that price range. You have the option of going in
up to what, $500K?
Yeah, whatever. But you have the option of going into a brand new downtown high rise, all like the latest.
Is it brand new though?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're brand new. It's that big glass building right off of like St. John and.
It's called 188. We'll have to. 188. 188. They have like a banner. They're cool places.
It's like a glass building, right?
Yeah. I mean, they're nice.
What's HOA on it?
Right by San Pedro.
Because those in downtown on those.
Hold on. Let me tell you the mortgage. So let's call it $500,000. You're on the 7th floor. You're putting down 20%, so $100,000. Your interest rate, let's call it. What do you want the interest rate? 6%.
6%. Yeah.
And we'll call the HOA
$450.
No way. It's got to be like 700.
500.
700 for what? Is there a pool on the roof?
Those
So
downtown
it's
rises
$4,000.
downtown are so much.
$4,000.
$4,000.
Are we talking over each other too much?
We can start.
Okay.
Let's see.
So your mortgage payment, $500,000, $100,000 down, 6% interest, your property tax at 1.3%, home insurance at $945, and HOA dues at $500. Your payment's $4,000.
Okay, what's a 1-bedroom apartment you're renting?
250 to
30.
3,500.
Yeah,
This is
depends.
brand new. And then if you think about it, you take the Bay Area out of it. You say, okay, if we bought a place in Ohio or Arizona, do we really expect more than 1 to 5% appreciation per year? Probably not. Mm-hmm. But the interesting thing for this would be, just thinking out loud, you probably wouldn't have positive cash flow there ever.
Yeah, unless the rates go down significantly, or someone buys it as a cash investment to rent it out. You know, I think those are couple plays.
Can't find it.
And those units are actually more desirable to people that are like
downtown.
Yeah, around downtown, like especially like a high-rise, newer apartment,
but,
like
and close to San
younger-
Pedro Square.
Yeah.
So what do you think's a better buy right now? So if you have a buyer, they're in that price range, you go brand new downtown high rise, or an older La Terrace or a Woodsboro and
Still one bed.
still one bed, wood, stairwell balcony issues. You want to sell it in 5 years.
Yeah. Or
Are you still having the?
I think it's a lifestyle question. I don't think there's one better than the other.
yeah, you could get a McEwen, which could be a 2-bed, 1-bath.
Like in Campbell?
Shout out Natalie. She bought a McEwen. We're going to be ready to put that on in like 60 days. She
Who?
paid like $400K.
Who?
Natalie, she's great.
Apparently, his client. I would assume.
$400K. It's probably worth about six and change. So that appreciates.
How many years later?
But that's a 2-bed, 1-bath.
Yeah, McEwens are a great investment. I think you can still find some of them
Like on
under
3rd Street
500K.
over there by downtown
Yeah,
Campbell.
near Campbell.
But
I just think downtown San Jose. I would love to.
I lived there. It was fun.
I mean, I'm sure it was, but now downtown San Jose for me.
Well,
is
right
just-
now.
I'm just. That seems like a.
We
very
have like a
tough
little bit of a
investment.
gang war thing going on. It seems
That's-
like. I mean, you're a former cop, man.
It's been a violent couple of weekends if you're watching.
I mean,
the
it's
news.
sad. They just like unloaded inside of a nightclub.
And then after the Super Bowl,
Yeah, but it's not random. It's very targeted. Like this person and this person.
Yeah, but you're also, if you're out at 2 a.m. downtown, hammered, you're gonna.
So you're out on downtown. You're in on downtown. I'm in on downtown.
I'm in.
Yes. All right. So refer us your buyers.
Yeah, I like to buy
But I think it's good to be able to have the option.
because if you 5 years down the road, do you think that's easier to sell than one of the older wood ones with all the issue with the stairwell balcony issues?
It's just super like
Subjective.
to what buyer's looking, right? And then if you can short-term rent it, that's pretty lucrative.
$4,000 a month.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you could definitely buy a brand you're better off buying this condo than you are a brand new car and selling it 5 years later.
yeah, well, it actually reminds me of the apartment buildings that they had built out on Communication Cell.
Yeah.
If you look at those were 2 bedrooms and they were starting at I think $650 to $750, and now those same ones are like $800. The 2-bedroom units.
Oh.
There weren't quite a few 1-bedrooms, but if they were, I would assume they would be somewhere around the $550 to $650.
As a buyer, though, if you can, always try to get a 2-bedroom over a 1-bedroom.
Yeah, I think it's easier to sell and has
Just
a
appeals to the
or
masses.
rent.
yeah, much bigger buyer pool.
Yeah.
Speaking of just like
Buyer
people-
pools, pools of buyers.
Pools in buyers' backyards.
yeah, of people buying pools outside of California.
Or words that start with a B.
Yeah, a billionaire moved from California to Miami recently. Mark Zuckerberg, the owner of Meta,
Did he move or did he buy a property
he's moving to Miami
full time?
full time.
So he's selling his lots.
Well, I don't think he
sell.
needs
Primary
to sell.
residence.
He just needs to move. his
51%,
primary
right?
residence. Hey, maybe we could cold call him.
Marky.
Well, he basically owns a block in
I
Palo
was gonna say,
Alto.
literally, it's like 6 homes over there.
Yeah, hey, we can get 6 listings. But yeah, the reason he's moving is because of a new proposed billionaire wealth tax in California. It's not passed yet, but if it does, then it could be pretty impactful to these billionaires. So any one worth over $1 billion has a one-time tax of 5% that they need to pay to California. That means, I mean, Mark Zuckerberg's worth $240 billion. That could be anywhere from $10 to $12 billion that he needs to pay as a one-time tax to stay in California. So no wonder, I mean, a lot of these billionaires are moving out because a lot of these gains or like their net worth's not realized. So they would they would have a big tax event in order to pay these taxes.
Do you know where that bill is at in the process, or?
No, I think it's not sure exactly where it's at or when it'll be passed, but it's proposed.
But I think a lot of people from the surface, you're like, yeah, sure, tax billionaires. But then you don't realize like what comes with billionaires. Well, jobs, yeah. And then do you want to go live in Florida or whatever? Yes, no, okay. Well, like it's super easy to just check that box and be like, yep, tax them. But then when they all leave and there's no Google, there's no Apple, there's no Facebook, like then what do you do?
Yeah.
So I mean, surface level, I'm like, yeah, tax the out of them. Why not?
Yeah.
But then I'm like, ooh, if they all leave, then that ain't good.
Yeah, I mean, even just considering the amount of taxes you'll save on a yearly basis, like California, you pay 13% state tax, whereas Florida you pay 0. That itself on $1 billion a year, that would be easily like $130 million.
Yeah, and plus, like, since Gavin Newsom watches this, like, you don't even know how to manage the funds anyways. You don't even know where the billions go. So God bless.
Yeah. Well, we don't know where it's at, but it's definitely far enough along to where
I do think it'll get passed.
these guys are
I don't think it's going to keep.
moving.
I think it's going to keep them living there, but I don't think it'll keep them out forever. I think they'll still come back to operate business. I mean, we see athletes who do the same thing. They play sports here, but their mailing address is somewhere else. They spend 51% of the time,
But it doesn't make sense to. I mean, other than elite tech talent, it doesn't really make sense to have an office here, I would say.
No, I don't think it makes sense, but I don't think it makes
But
sense.
like, if they redid everything, Silicon Valley would probably not be here if they knew where taxes, like business taxes, would go. Look how much more affordable it would be to have a Google campus in Texas or Nevada.
Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
But I think it all started with universities around us, right? Like Stanford, there's Berkeley. I think that's what kind of drove it all to kind of begin here.
Yeah.
And that's
It's just
that's how
interesting. I just think it's very easy to check a ballot and say, yeah, tax billionaires, but like, you should take a second to really think about how it could potentially impact you or your friends or family, whatever. So
Yeah, no, I agree.
Look at us getting political.
yeah,
good.
well, I also think, like, I mean, most of us are younger. I am proud of like our
Children. David, where are you?
I am proud of our friends for like getting involved in like watching like this crazy stuff going on with like whether it's Epstein or whether it's affordable housing or like finally like someone cares and like takes the time to read what the measures are, because that's what's affecting us day in, day out, is more like affordability of local things, not so much like the president and this and that. So that's just my sense.
Yeah. Ben, what else are you seeing out there?
I've been getting a lot of questions recently about SB9 bills. Jason and I have a property or piece of land, I should say, that was recently split. But a couple questions came up from some recent clients. Just thought we can go over kind of what SB9 is, how you guys have seen it kind of affect the demographic or the lay of the land out here. First of all, for like people who don't know what an SB9 lot split is, I mean, splitting your lot in two, and both lots they have to equate to over 40% of the original lot space. So you can't split off like a small little tidbit. It's got to be a basically even lot split. But most of the time when you go through these lot splits, you have to sign an affidavit with the city, which basically says you approve to owning one of the lots for at least a minimum of 3 years before selling them, both, or you can sell one now. But have you guys ran into buyers who have talked about wanting to split lots or thinking about putting two homes on one or putting I know a couple years ago, everyone was like, oh, we can put a duplex in this neighborhood. Didn't pan out to where I think everyone thought it was going to. Have you guys ran into any of that?
Yeah, I've had a few investors look into that. It's just that usually either the prices get so crazy that the numbers don't work out, or we've seen like lots that have been already split up and they're trying to sell the individual house. It's either a flag lot or like on a corner house where they've taken a big lot and made 2 single-family new construction homes and sold each one. So we've interacted on the post SB9, but less on the pre.
VV Place is SB9.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
Franquette, I think we actually showed it.
Oh, yeah, new construction on.
You remember that? Mm-hmm. They did a flag lot, but it was post-split. Matt Mahan said that the process to get the SB9 split and approval was taking too long and it was inefficient, and that has led to people not doing it.
It takes months.
Yeah, and like I'm building my house right now. Ask how far I am.
How far are you?
Couldn't tell you. Because I'm sitting here waiting for plans to be approved, and like I'm just trying to build one house, right? So like, Matt Mahan, since you watch this and we're kind of friends, it's inefficient still. Just so you know. But yeah, I mean, tell us about it. Like, what do you want to do?
I mean, I don't really have any. I think SB9s, depending on the location of where it's at, I think is super beneficial. But I think some people a couple years ago tried to get too fancy with it and start to cram too many homes in neighborhoods where the values just didn't align with what else was being sold. For these larger lots in Los Gatos or like VV Place that we have, I think it's very doable if it all makes sense. But what we found, obviously, with VV Place is that if you split a lot and put multiple homes on it, you end up having to open up an HOA, which is taken months to prepare for. So I think there's many things part of the SB9 that people don't necessarily take in. What do you have?
I actually stand corrected.
All right.
I think VV Place was done by SB 330. Which is
scratch all of them.
We can ask the HOA president.
Which is
Yeah,
builder's
yes.
remedy. I think a lot of the reason you're not seeing SB9 is because in California, at least Santa Clara County, unless you're in Campbell, you can use builder's remedy to be able to put more houses than the 2-lot split. In that case, it would be a 6-lot split.
Well, you can't lot split a lot split. Once you split it once, it's done.
That's correct. But you can, so like VV Place has 6 houses
Yeah.
on it versus SB9, you can do 2 units on 2 new lots. That's
or
your cap.
with an ADU.
So
A unit
your-
with an ADU.
Your options would be on most single-family lots in California. SB9 allows for a lot split. You can split one parcel into 2 separate lots or 2 units per lot.
And is there an ownership length you need to have this?
Yeah, for 3 years. So you have to own
Key
it.
requirements. Property must generally be a single-family residential zone. The lot split must result in parcels of equal size.
So
Owner
40%.
occupancy
Okay.
is required for a period of 3 years. No short-term rentals, less than 30 days. In certain historic districts, coastal zones, and environmentally restricted areas may be excluded from this. But I actually just saw an SB9 split on a Pine,
What city?
Willow Glen.
So in Los Gatos, they have specific setback rules too. So each city is different when you do these SB9s, and each city is going to take either longer or shorter amount of time, depending on how many the approval process. But when you do get into them, I think a lot of the time people question is like, what are the consequences if I sell both of them now? Like, how will they ever catch me? Again, most of the time you sign an affidavit when you go in with the city to do all this, saying you know. But some of the consequences that they said that could come back on it is cancel,
Hanging in public.
stoning in the courtyard.
What are some of the... Sorry, go ahead.
We're going medieval.
Yeah,
Shame.
but they can wipe away the SB9 split. They can fight it. They can take it away. They can rezone it.
The government.
the city that
municipality.
you're in.
The man.
But no, I haven't heard of any fines. So I personally can't speak on whether or not you're going to get hit with a fine. But if it does create controversy with the next buyer, obviously that will delay everything and more than likely fall right back.
So with the 3-year thing, so if you buy a lot or a property that you want SB9, you have to own it for 3 years before you can do anything?
So like one of our clients, there's like a gray line there. One of our
If you
clients,
think it's the right thing to do,
Do it.
then do it.
do it.
If you know it's wrong, well,
Well, what's the gray?
So we just split 2 lots in Los Gatos. She wants to sell one of them, has to own the next one. Can't sell both of them off. Has to own at least one for 3 years.
Oh, okay.
So she'll keep one, whichever one sells quicker, she'll let go, and then keep the other one for 3 years, and then be able to sell that when the time comes. If you're going through the process with the city and they haven't given the APN numbers for both, you can sell them together and say there's a lot split in the future coming. But most of the time with that, the owners of the home go through so much time and money getting the lot split that there's not really a way to make that money back on the sale from what you previously purchased it for. So if you're going to split it, make sure you get 2 separate APN numbers that is finalized, own one for 3 years, sell off the one that's more expensive, and then in the future you can...
he wrote an offer.
He did.
Let's hear.
We have an offer on Brandon coming in.
This is a new section. Offer negotiations.
Hi, this is Ben.
Yeah, he.
Hey.
Sorry, Mr. Cole.
Hey, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Excellent, doing well. Just wanted to update you with the offers we received for...
Okay.
So 7 offers total. Highest is at
Solid.
1180.
How much?
Or 2180.
2180. Okay. I see. So if we wanna get that, we're gonna come at 22.
Currently, right now, if you want...
Separate yourself as much as possible.
If you want to come in right now, I would separate yourself as much as possible. If all the offers end up right next to each other, by the time I meet with my sellers, we'll send a multiple counter. But you have until probably 4 or 5 to do to update if you'd like to.
Okay. It's stressful.
We like to do long pauses on this team.
So, are you gonna? Yeah. Is there any guarantee? I mean, those other offers, do you remove contingencies?
All of them are non-contingent.
Ask where he's at with everything.
All of them are non-contingent between 21 and 30 days. Have you spoken to your buyers yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
You know, because he's got a missed call.
Okay.
Yeah, give me a call back here when you hear back from them, and then let me know how we wanna go about it.
Okay. All right. All right. Thank you.
All right.
7 offers, no contingent.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. Do you guys feel that in this industry, the
By
more
the way, I wouldn't
transparent?
have said that.
What would you have said?
You know, you always say someone has a contingency. Because if you get 2 and 8, you're still happy.
What I was gonna say was, don't you think that this industry works better when agents are more transparent with other agents?
Of course.
Yeah, I've been screaming that from the rooftops.
But isn't it interesting that so many times when someone calls, the other agent on the other side will say, "Oh, I can't tell you where it's at. Just submit highest and best."
Yeah, and then they cost. I would have.
And we waste time. We
like-
spin in circles.
Yeah, and then I'm like, oh, dude, I would have. Like, I see it sold, and I'm like, dude, I would have paid that or way more.
Or 50 grand more.
Yeah, but like you steered me to the mud instead of the water. So
I'm just trying to swim.
So yeah, I ate dirt instead of drink water.
He's the Andy Dufresne of writing offers.
I said, are you kidding me?
I'm just trying to do the backstroke, and I'm spinning in the mud.
Yeah, no, played well.
Thank you.
What do you think your sellers like?
If we can get 2-2, we'll wrap this up.
2-2 is a great price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what did you think just comp before you even took
2-1.
those things? 2-1. So we're in the green.
Yeah.
Now we crush them.
Now we take your lazy agents.
How are we doing on time? We're good. Just to recap from last week, there is a property that Jacob lives really close by. That property is still not sold. Just wanted to share that.
Every week we'll follow up.
I don't think the
that should
buyer,
be our team listing.
I don't think our listeners know why it's not selling. Do you want to remind them why it's not selling?
It's overpriced.
And why is that?
Because 65% of homes that don't sell, it's usually a price issue, per the stats.
I think it's 85%. So
92%.
I mean, let me just tell you something. I can't say the names for confidentiality purposes.
Sure.
Or just bleep them out.
There was a property that was listed towards the end of last year in Willow Glen. I could say that. And that property was priced pretty transparently. Really nice place. Probably worth mid to high 4s. So like almost $5 million.
So it's on a street that you used to live on?
No. Property doesn't sell with the agent. It's a really reputable and great agent. Today, here we are, mid-February, I see it go on the market. This property's worth almost $5 million.
Let me guess.
I saw what it goes back on for. What did it go on for?
3-4. No, 3-3.
Crazy.
No. So listed almost 5?
Listed at like 4 and change, high 4s. Stall.
Nothing.
I mean, getting like decent activity, nothing crazy. Higher end market, right? Gets a good offer. Sellers don't take it. Blah blah blah. Today, it goes on at 3, something like that.
Oh, 3288.
Something
Same agent.
You think they're
No,
going to get more
different
offers?
agent.
More offers or less offers?
Super dialed agent. Pretty good agent who lists all the time super low, but that's $1.5 million plus off from.
Do you think they got an offer during that time?
Hypothetically, yes, they potentially did.
That hurts.
But
Which I'm sure is more than 3.
but then I see like offers due, next week, no preemptives, blah blah. But I'm like, that's crazy. That's 30% on a big number. We're not talking 998 to 2 million. We're talking 3 to almost 5. But
Strategic art.
I see the agent do it that got hired in Los Altos area, and I'm just like, okay. But it pisses me off a little bit. I mean, I do it too, but not that extreme. I would have gone like 3,998. Come on.
Come on.
I mean, you're almost 2,000,099. Anyways, that's enough for this week. You guys got anything else?
No. We got anything coming up?
Movie
Yes,
night?
movie night. We
Super
have
Mario?
Mario.
Jeez.
My bad.
Mario, what do you live under a rock?
You're Italian.
That's how you say it.
Super Mario.
Mario.
It's supposed to be Super
You know
Mario.
how people say potato, potato, tomato, tomato?
Mario Mar.
I don't know anyone who says tomato and anyone who says potato.
Potato.
But now I know someone who says
Hold on.
Maria.
Mario.
The thing you detach that you drive your car into at your house, what's that called?
Oh.
Your house. You have a detached one. You drive your car into it and park it in there. What's it called?
Are you
Stop. What is it called?
a detached garage?
Cool. Gee, what's it called?
Garage.
Thank you. I rest. and the defense rests.
Oh, the guy's not from here. He's an alien.
Whatever. It's a garage.
A garage. He also
And when
says
choosing a real estate agent, who you work with matters. See you later.